Okay, so this is my text response for Codename Verity. So right off the bat, my head heart statement. Um, I'm not a fan of war novels, honestly, or anything violent. So this was a lot for me to process, not necessarily process, but more so just get into. But just like I have to encourage my students when they are presented difficult text or a text that's out of their interest, you got to muscle through it. And so that's pretty much what I did. But specifically with this, I thoroughly, now going into my heart statement, like I just thoroughly enjoyed seeing a protagonist that was a woman, and then also understanding the journey and the decisions that she had to make to end up still being successful in the end. Um, this was Verity was a very, very interesting character. How at first, like at the beginning, it seemed as if she had kind of given up hope and was just like, okay, whatever, I'm just going to give you what you want so I can have at first opening like clothes and just in essence to be left alone. But then listening to this story, listening to her journey to the point that she's actually caught was fascinating to see how eventually women were given an opportunity to fight, and that was amazing. Some of my passages that I found, starting on page 3, actually, it seems petty now. I'm sure he was expecting my answer to be something defiant. Give me freedom or victory or something generous, like stop toying with that wretched French resistance, laddie, and give me a dignified and merciful death. Another passage that stuck with me was on page 19 as well. I can't really believe you need me to tell you that Catton Park Aerodrome is an Izmir port. Because for the last 10 years, it has been just about the busiest airfield in the north of England. They build planes there. Before the war, it had a posh civil flying club, and it was also a Royal Air Force base for years. And for me, it was just like, how can you? And many of times she said really snarky sarcasm in the pieces that she's actually writing to the general that is like requesting basically a confession. And then the last passage is, the boy hates me. It makes no difference that I, too, am strapped securely to my own chair with piano wire or something, and uh, on his account, gasp with sobs on his account, and look away the whole time except when Thibault holds my head in place. Jacques knows, they all know, that I am the collaborator, the only coward among them. No one else has given out a single scrap of code, let alone 11 sets. Not to mention a written confession. He spits at me as they drag him out. Little Scottish piece of shit. It sounds so pretty in French. Petite module de midi écossaise. Single-handedly, I have brought down the 700-year-strong Auld alliance between France and Scotland. So it again shows the many decisions that she has to make, being in the position that she's in, but then also those decisions were quite strategic to, again, her thwarting success at the end.